Welcome to Never Trust a Skinny Cook. So, a little bit of background. My name is Bobby. I've been married for 20 years. And 20 years ago, my husband and I, it was the first year of our marriage, and he's from Montana. We went to visit his mom for Thanksgiving. And the first thing she said to him was, "Richie, have you lost weight?" At that time, all I knew how to cook was spaghetti, scallop potatoes and ham, and I knew how to order pizza. When she said that to my husband, I was mortified. And I said to him in private, "Your mother will never say that to you again." And she has not. Now, 20 years later, 70 pounds heavier, now when we see my mother-in-law, we only wish to hear those 4 glorious words. Have you lost weight? So I'm going to do scalloped potatoes. I've done a lot of the prep work, but this is something really easy that you can put together after you get home from work. This, my brother Mike and his wife Laura made this for me and has my last name etched in it. I'm going to use some cooking spray on it. Half a stick of butter. And I'm going to lay it on the bottom. For me, everything is better with butter. If you don't want to use butter, you can use margarine, or you don't have to use any kind of extra fat. Then I'm going to layer the potatoes. I've already cut them. I used a mandolin. I am going to cut this last potato and show you some little tricks if you don't have a mandolin to slice the potatoes. I have a pretty simple way of cutting potatoes. I use either Yukon Gold or red potatoes because you don't have to cut the skin off of them. So I'm going to layer. Put some ham. I cut up some red onion and some green onion. You know, here I live in Washington State. We have wonderful sweet Walla Wallas in the summertime. So you can use whatever onion you prefer. White, any kind of onion is good. I use a little bit of both of these. So, the ham, first the potatoes, then the ham, then the onion, and then the cheese. I'm just using mild cheddar. You can use sharp, you can use medium. I'm using mild because that's what I have today. And then you want to finish the layering. The rest of the potatoes. And I'm going to cut this other potato really quick so you can see. I cut the bad spots off, cut it in half, and then just slice it when it's in half. It is so much easier to do slices when you cut the potato in half. Way easier. By the way, I got these knives. These are ceramic knives. Got them for a whole set for $19.99 from Costco. They're the best knives I've ever had. My husband keeps them sharpened for me. They all have sheaths to keep them in. Best knives I've ever used. We're going to do the rest of the potatoes. Now the rest of the ham. The rest of the onion. And then we are going to generously salt and pepper. With potatoes and pasta, you want to use generous amounts of salt in particular. This is a mixture, 2/3 regular salt, 1/3 white pepper, and you want to generously. You can also salt and pepper it during the layering if you want. Some more cheese. I don't think that you can put too much cheese, but that's just me. I like lots. And then, the only liquid you're going to put in this, it's up to you. You can use a 1/2 cup of milk and a 1/2 cup of water, or a whole cup of milk, but only 1 cup of liquid. You can use just water. I've done that before if I didn't have any milk. It's better with a little bit of milk. Then I'm going to cover this with foil. And I'm going to put it in a preheated 350-degree oven, covered for an hour and a half. I'll see you then. Sorry, my oven's dirty. It's actually been an hour and 45 minutes. It took a little bit longer to bake. During that time, I stirred it twice. You know, just use your judgment. So here is the finished product. I'm going to move it over here. Okay, so this is what it looks like. We're going to serve it up. And then I am going to garnish it. I grow fresh chives. I love fresh chives. I have them. I put them on everything. So this right here is just a homey meal. So I'm going to do a rundown really quick of exactly what I used in it. So, I'm not a big measurer, but for a lot of people that are, here's what I used. I used 8 to 10 medium-sized red potatoes. I washed them. I sliced them with a mandolin. Again, you can slice them how you like. I used 1 whole red onion, 3 green onions. That equaled about a little over a cup of onions. I used 3 cups of cheddar cheese. And I used a ham steak, 1 whole ham steak. One of the things that I want to do is let people know the ingredients I use and where I got them. The ham steak I used is actually from the commissary. I have a friend who her husband's retired military, and she got these ham steaks for me at the commissary up there. They are the best ham steaks I've ever used in my life. I've used the ones, Costco has them, Walmart has them, you can get them, ham steaks anywhere. The ones at the commissary were delicious, and they're really good in this. And then I used, I cubed that up. So I used 1 whole ham steak. And that's it. And then salt and pepper, about a tablespoon of salt, a teaspoon of pepper. And just kind of mix it in. Then I baked it on 350, covered with 1 cup of liquid. Again, the 1 cup of liquid can be all water, all milk, or half and half. And that's how I did it. So I want to tell you a reason why I'm doing this. You're going to find out a lot about me during these shows, but one of the big reasons is one of my favorite things to do is to cook. My nephew Caden, who is the director of this, his favorite thing is acting, filming, producing, directing. Say hi, Caden.
Hi, I'm filming right now.
You'll see him. You'll see his face on another episode. I do a lot of home-cooked meals. I do some with products that I also, like semi. When you're in a hurry, you don't always have time to bake a cake from scratch or make the gravy from scratch. But I'm going to also tell you the products I use that to me come the closest to homemade taste, if you don't always have the time to make completely from scratch. So that's basically my goal. Another reason why I'm doing this is, for 2 years I was without a kitchen. One of my favorite things to do is cook. I have diabetes. Being without a kitchen, I had a microwave and a hot plate. And so my husband and I ate a lot of processed foods. We ordered out a lot, went out to eat a lot of fast food, and my sugar was high. Every time I would go get my ACL done, it was high. It wasn't getting any better. Then I got my kitchen back. I had my blood work done, and my sugar levels were the lowest that they'd been in 7 years. The only thing that had changed is all of a sudden I was cooking at home. I admit I use butter in my food. I don't always, cook the healthiest of foods. I try. But the fact is, just cooking at home is better for your health than eating processed foods and eating out. So I'm not always going to show you the healthiest way to cook. I mean, some things I cook are really healthy. I love seafood. I'll do a lot of seafood on here. But me and my husband both love Italian. So I'm going to do a lot of pasta as well. My next episode is going to be a dinner party with Caden's parents, my brother Will and his wife Shell. And I'm going to do a little bit fancier. It is my signature dish, and it is a lobster and shrimp Napoleon. And so that will be my next episode. That is more for like a dinner party. It's more fancy. It's not something normally you'd want to make for your family because it entails a lot more. But it's going to be fun, and I will see you next time. And again, remember, never trust a skinny cook.